So looking at the different graphic organizers, I'm going to do the fishbone diagram this time, and I want the Google Draw version so that I can edit it. So I'm going to click on Google Draw. It's going to make me make a copy. That way I can make edits to what I want. I could always start from scratch, but I'm going to start with what they already have. So this is the fishbone diagram that I want to use with my regular kids. So I'm going to say, great. Now I'm going to go File, Download a JPEG picture so that I can use that JPEG picture with my kids. Now, I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. I'm going to go New, Google Slides Presentation, because I want to put it into a slide, into the background. Now you got a couple of choices here. First of all, this layout has stuff. I'm going to make it blank so it doesn't have anything in it. And then I want to create a background that is that image of the fishbone diagram. So I'm going to upload the screenshot I just took. And now it will be the background of my Google slide. So the kids won't be able to move it at all. Now, if I want to make it easier for kids, then I'm just going to come up and grab the text box. And I'm going to type here so that they know exactly where to type. Now I can move it into place for them. I can make it smaller so that it's actually going to fit for them. And then they can type right there. Now, if I want it to be on the lines and I want to have the details gone, I might want to get rid of that. But I can also then just duplicate this and then paste another version on here so that I can make text boxes for all of the kids to type on. And so forth and so on. And then once I'm done, I now have my fishbone diagram that I want to hand out to my kids. So I'm going to call this Fishbone 1. And now it's ready to use with the kids. So now if I went over to my Google Classroom, and I actually wanted them to fill in that assignment, I'm going to go to Classwork, Create an Assignment, Fishbone. Now I'm probably going to put more instructional directions here, but then I want to add from my Google Drive, from Recent, because it's there, the fishbone diagram when it pops up. Just click on it, Insert, and I want that the students that get this each get their own copy to fill out. So I'm going to correct that. And now I'm also going to select who gets to see this. So I don't want it to go to all students. I'm just going to check the ones who do get this version of it. Now I only have one kid in this class, but I check whoever gets this version of it and then click Assign. All right. Now I want to go back to that fishbone diagram, and now I have special ed kids that need less. So I want to first, if you notice when I clicked on something, it was grouped. So I want to ungroup it. So now that I can select individual things, so I'm going to get rid of every other detail so that they don't have so much to fill in. Okay, if you want to get rid of the lines, you can. And now I'm also going to make it so that they only have to fill in 2 factors because it says in their IEP that they need less. So therefore, I'm going to get rid of all of these over here. Okay. Notice what it's selecting, however, so I don't want to get rid of all that. So I'm just going to keep on deleting what it has here. And if it makes it easier, then I can also extend those other lines out so they just have one big fishbone. Might seem like a lot of deleting, but in the end, it'll make it easier for them. And then I have one I can always use. So if you want it to be so that they have a full line, you can just extend this line to be one big fishbone diagram. Do the same thing up here. Oh, it's a little crooked. And then that is the exact one I want to give to the kids. So once I have made that, this is the one for my special ed kids who need reduced, then I'm going to go and I'm going to download it again and download it as a JPEG again. You could download it as a PNG, either one will work. Now I'm going to go back to my slides presentation. Now I probably want a new slides presentation, so because this is going to be a different version. So let me go for a new slides version. And this is going to be the fishbone diagram for my special ed kids who need reduced amount of work. So again, I'm going to change the layout to blank so that I have a blank screen. I'm going to click background, choose an image, and I'm going to choose that second one that I just did. And then hit done. So now there is their fishbone diagram. And then I'm going to come back in here and add the text boxes for them. And to make it easier, I'm also going to shorten them up so that they fit on the line so that they'll wrap around for the kids. And then I just duplicate that, move it down to the next one, duplicate it, fill it down to the next one, duplicate it, fill it down to the next one. So they already have boxes where they can type. Now, the other place I need to put a box is I need to put it in for the main topic. And I'm going to make it shorter here so they just type in right here. And this also had factor 1 and factor 2. So let me duplicate that one more time. I'm going to spin it so that it can sit on the line. Let's make it a little bit shorter. Probably spin it a little bit more so that it's level. And then make it short enough so that it fits in there. And then once I have that one, I'm just going to duplicate it again, bring it down to this one, rotate it so that it fits. And now I have my other version. So this is all ready for them to go. I'm going to call this fishbone diagram 2. And now this would be for the kids who need reduced amount of work. So now it's ready to hand out to them, individual copy again, just to the kids who need this version.